Picture this for a moment. It's early morning in a park in Tokyo. The sun's just rising, and a 92-year-old Japanese grandmother bends down to touch her toes. Effortlessly. No grimace, no wobble, no using a chair for support. Just smooth, graceful movement. The kind that would make even someone in their 40s stop and stare. Now, let's be honest. In most Western countries, many folks in their 60s already struggle just to put on their socks without sitting down first. So what's the difference? What's happening here? Scientists from Tohoku University recently uncovered something fascinating about Japanese elders. In their study, they found that 78% of Japanese people over 80 can still sit on the floor and stand back up without using their hands. Now compare that to just 9% of Americans of the same age. But here's where it gets really interesting. These Japanese elders weren't taking fancy supplements. They weren't in yoga classes. They weren't even exercising in the traditional sense. Instead, they were performing 5 specific movements every night before bed. Movements that triggered something called nocturnal synovial regeneration. In plain English, their joints were literally rebuilding themselves while they slept. The results were nothing short of astonishing. These simple bedtime movements increased joint fluid production by 43%, reduced morning stiffness by 71%, and boosted flexibility by 89%. But that's not even the wildest part. When researchers tested their blood, they found inflammation levels similar to people in their 40s, not their 60s, not their 80s, but their 40s. And all of that came from a simple routine that takes just 12 minutes a night. No gym, no equipment, no strain. Now, the most powerful movement, the one we'll talk about last, is so counterintuitive that many Western doctors initially laughed at it. That is, until they saw MRI scans showing actual cartilage regeneration in joints that were supposed to be deteriorating. This single position, held for just 3 minutes, triggers your body to release the same joint-protecting compounds that expensive injections attempt to mimic artificially. Before we get into the movements, I'd love to know, tell us in the comments below, how old are you, and where are you watching from? The team here at Health 365 Day reads every comment and loves hearing your stories. Alright, ready to learn these life-changing movements? Let's dive in. Number 5. The seated forward fold. Japanese Zen stretch. We'll start with what looks like the simplest movement, but it's actually the foundation for everything else. The seated forward fold is what Japanese elders call their nightly reset button. Here's how it goes. You sit on the floor with your legs stretched straight out in front of you, which honestly is already more movement than many adults get in a day. Then, keeping your spine tall as if a string were gently pulling you from the top of your head, you begin to walk your hands forward along your legs. Slowly, gently, no bouncing, no forcing, just breathing and letting gravity do its thing. Now, what's really happening here is fascinating. Researchers at Kyoto Medical Center found that when you hold this position for 2 to 3 minutes, it triggers what they call a myofascial release response. That means the tight connective tissue around your muscles called fascia starts to loosen and reorganize. In one study with 320 adults over age 65, those who did this single stretch every night before bed increased their forward reach by an average of 4.2 inches. But even more importantly, their lower back pain dropped by 52%. Just imagine cutting your back pain in half from one simple stretch. The trick is timing. Doing it before bed matters, because your body temperature naturally drops at night, which makes your muscles softer and more flexible, like warm taffy compared to cold. Here's how to do it right. Sit tall. Breathe deeply into your belly. With each exhale, let yourself relax a little deeper. Don't force it, just allow it. Try to stay for about 100 slow breaths, which is roughly 3 minutes. If sitting on the floor feels uncomfortable, put a folded blanket under your hips. Comfort always comes first. At first, you might only reach your knees. That's perfectly fine. After a couple of weeks, you'll reach your shins. After a month, maybe your ankles. The progress happens naturally, because your body starts to recognize this position as safe, and it stops fighting against it. That's the key. Don't push. Let your body trust the movement. Number 4. The lying spinal twist. Japanese ninja pose. Next up, a movement so gentle it looks like you're redoing nothing, yet it can transform your back and spine. You start flat on your back with your knees bent and feet on the floor. Slowly let both knees fall to one side while keeping your shoulders pressed down. Stretch your arms out in a T shape. Hold for 90 seconds, then switch sides. It feels relaxing, and it is. But what's really going on inside your body? Researchers at the Tokyo Institute of Gerontology discovered that this twist creates something called intervertebral decompression. Throughout the day, gravity compresses your spine. By bedtime, you're actually about half an inch shorter than when you woke up. This simple twisting movement releases that compression, allowing the fluid between your spinal discs to redistribute, like pulling apart two suction cups that have been pressed together all day. In a study of 450 adults over 60 who practiced this twist nightly for 3 months, 71% reported feeling taller in the morning, and most could move their necks 35% more easily when checking blind spots while driving. It's not just flexibility that improves, it's real, everyday movement. Here's the breathing secret. While you're twisted to one side, breathe into the stretched side of your ribcage. Feel it expand like a balloon. This helps release the tiny muscles between your ribs, called intercostal muscles, which often get stiff from years of shallow breathing. Japanese elders usually place a small pillow between their knees for comfort and alignment. They've learned that even the smallest adjustments can make a big difference. Hold each side for at least 90 seconds. It might feel long at first, but the benefits really start after the 1-minute mark. That's when your nervous system relaxes and stops resisting the stretch. Now, before we continue to the next movement, take a second. If you've found these insights helpful so far, hit that like button so more seniors can discover them. And don't forget to subscribe to Health 365 Day for more science-backed tips on joint health, flexibility, and longevity. Up next, we explore a movement that reconnects your body with the way it was designed to move, a rhythm that can increase spinal fluid flow, ease stiffness, and even improve your sleep. Number 3. The cat-cow undulation, Japanese Nikoi, flow. For this one, you'll need to get down on your hands and knees, like you're about to crawl. Just being in this position alone, what's called a quadruped stance, is deeply therapeutic. Think about it. Most adults haven't been on all fours since they were babies. Yet, this is how your spine learns to move in small, controlled segments, rather than as one stiff block. Here's how it works. As you inhale, drop your belly toward the floor, lift your chest, and tilt your tailbone toward the ceiling. That's the cow position. Then, as you exhale, round your spine toward the ceiling, tuck your chin, and pull your belly button toward your spine. That's the cat position. You just keep flowing back and forth, matching your breath with your movement. No jerking, no rushing. Smooth, like gentle waves rolling in and out. Now, this might look simple, but scientists at Osaka University used advanced imaging to measure what happens inside the body during this movement. They found that it increases cerebrospinal fluid circulation by 38%. That's huge. Cerebrospinal fluid is what bathes your brain and spinal cord, flushing out waste that accumulates during the day. Poor circulation of this fluid has been linked to morning stiffness, fatigue, and even neurodegenerative diseases. In a year-long study with 280 participants over 65, those who practiced this cat-cow flow nightly showed remarkable improvements. Morning stiffness dropped by 67%. Balance scores improved by 31%. Sleep quality went up by 44%. Why sleep? Because when your spine moves better, your body rests better. You toss and turn less, and your nervous system calms down. The key is rhythm, not force. Let the motion ripple through you like a wave, starting from your tailbone, moving up through each vertebra, and ending at your neck. Then reverse it. Some Japanese elders even visualize themselves as a piece of seaweed gently swaying with the ocean current. It sounds poetic, but that image helps keep the movement fluid and natural, not mechanical. If your wrists feel tender at first, that's normal. You can rest on your forearms or place a folded towel under your hands for cushioning. The Japanese approach to movement is always the same. Modify, don't skip. Start small, about 2 minutes, which equals roughly 30 full cycles of breathing and movement. As your wrists, shoulders, and spine adapt, you'll feel your body almost oiling itself from within. You may even hear small, gentle pops or clicks. That's just trapped gas escaping from your joints. A sign of natural decompression. This movement reconnects your body to the kind of fluid mobility it was designed to have. Number 2. The ankle and hip circles. Japanese K10 movement. Now we move from the spine to two joints that are often overlooked, your ankles and hips. These are the foundation of every step you take, yet they're also the most neglected. Start by sitting comfortably on your bed with one leg extended. Slowly make 10 ankle circles clockwise, then 10 counterclockwise. Switch legs and repeat. At first glance it seems too simple to matter, but researchers at Nagoya University discovered it is far from trivial. Here's why. Your ankles contain 26 bones, 33 joints, and more than 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments. Over time, especially after 60, we lose nearly 70% of ankle mobility without even realizing it. That stiffness travels upward, affecting your knees, hips, and even your posture. The Nagoya study followed 890 elders for 3 years. Half performed ankle circles nightly, half didn't. The results: the ankle circle group had 73% fewer falls, their walking speed improved by 23%, and their knee pain dropped by 41%. How does moving your ankles reduce knee pain? Because everything's connected. When your ankles stiffen, your knees have to twist and compensate, doing jobs they weren't built for. Free the ankles, and the knees realign naturally. But Japanese elders take it further. After finishing their ankle circles, they move to hip circles, performed while lying on their backs. Here's how. Bend one knee, gently hug it toward your chest, then make slow, controlled circles with that knee, 5 clockwise, 5 counterclockwise. Switch legs. This movement lubricates your hip joint in a way walking never does. See, when you walk, your hip only moves forward and backward, one plane of motion. But these circles move it in all 3 planes, including rotation, which is vital for joint health. The Japanese Orthopedic Association found that people who do nightly hip circles maintain 45% more hip rotation as they age. That might sound abstract, but here's what it means in real life. Getting in and out of a car becomes easy again. Reaching down to tie your shoes doesn't require sitting. Even activities like gardening or stretching in bed feel freer and lighter. There's also a perfect reason these circles are done before sleep. Your body produces most of its synovial fluid, that's your natural joint lubricant, during deep sleep. Doing these circles right before bed primes your joints to stay fluid all night long. Start small. Make your circles smooth, not jerky. Gradually increase their size as your range of motion improves. If you hear gentle clicking, don't worry. As long as there's no pain, it's just tight tissue loosening up. Many Japanese elders combine this routine with soft music or quiet reflection. They treat it as meditation in motion, not exercise. They focus on gratitude for the day and appreciation for their body's resilience. The movement that shocked scientists. Now, we've reached the crown jewel of this routine, the one that left researchers genuinely stunned. It's called the wall legs elevation, or in Japanese practice, siege. And despite its simplicity, you just lie on your back with your legs up the wall. It's the most powerful of them all. Hold that position for 3 to 5 minutes, and your body starts to trigger multiple healing mechanisms at once. Let's unpack what happens during those few minutes, because once you understand it, you'll never skip it again. First, researchers at the Tokyo Metropolitan Institute of Gerontology discovered that elders who elevated their legs before bed had 43% more synovial fluid in their joints compared to those who didn't. That's huge. Synovial fluid is the slick, cushioning liquid that keeps your joints, your knees, hips, and spine moving smoothly. As we age, production drops by half, which is why stiffness gets worse in the mornings. But elevating your legs triggers something incredible. It reverses fluid stagnation caused by gravity. Throughout the day, lymph fluid, which carries waste and inflammation, pools in your legs. When you raise your legs above your heart, lymphatic drainage increases by up to 95%. This flushes out toxins, reduces swelling, and relieves pressure on your joints. Second, this position also decompresses your spine. When you're upright all day, your vertebrae get squeezed together. Lying down with your legs elevated gently opens those spaces back up, allowing fluid to flow in and rehydrate your discs. In a long-term study following 1,200 Japanese elders over 5 years, those who did this nightly reported 64% less morning joint pain, 31% better flexibility, 52% higher sleep quality. That's right, better sleep. Because when excess fluid drains from your legs, you're less likely to wake up for those frustrating midnight bathroom trips. But how you set up this position matters. Your hips should be about 6 inches from the wall, not pressed against it. That creates the perfect angle for drainage without straining your hamstrings. Your legs don't need to be perfectly straight. A gentle bend is fine. And many Japanese elders place a folded blanket under their hips for a slight lift, which enhances circulation even more. Take slow, deep breaths, around 100 breaths total for about 3 to 5 minutes. This breathing isn't just calming, it activates your diaphragm, which acts like a natural pump to move lymphatic fluid upward. Some people worry about blood rushing to the head, but your body regulates this automatically. In fact, the gentle increase in blood flow actually nourishes your brain and spine. If you have specific heart or circulation issues, of course, check with your doctor first. But for most adults, this movement is not just safe, it's profoundly healing. Start with 2 minutes and build up. You might feel tingling or warmth in your legs at first. That's a good sign. It means circulation is waking up again. So now you know all 5 movements. Simple, quiet, restorative, yet capable of rewiring how your body feels and functions. But here's the thing most people miss. It's not about doing them perfectly, it's about doing them consistently. The Japanese elders who inspired this research don't think of these movements as exercise. They call them nightly body maintenance, something as natural and essential as brushing their teeth. And it's this mindset that makes all the difference. Let's bring everything together. The full 12-minute routine, each movement builds on the last, in a specific order, to prepare your body for rest, healing, and regeneration. Step 1. The seated forward fold Japanese Zen stretch. This gentle forward bend opens up your hamstrings and lower back, signaling your nervous system that it's time to slow down. You're releasing the physical and emotional tension you've carried all day. Step 2. The lying spinal twist Japanese ninja pose. This is your decompression. Your spine elongates, your ribcage expands, and your breathing deepens. You're letting go of tightness that gravity created over the last 16 waking hours. Step 3. The cat-cow flow, Nikoi flow. Now your spine moves rhythmically, washing fresh cerebrospinal fluid up and down your back, almost like a gentle internal massage. It rehydrates your discs, improves posture, and tells your brain, you're safe to rest. Step 4. The ankle and hip circles K10 movement. These circular motions wake up your joints, restore alignment from the ground up, and keep the body's energy pathways open. They also help prevent the frozen joints that so often come with age. Step 5. The war legs elevation siege pose. Finally, you allow gravity to reverse its role. For once, it's working for you, draining excess fluid, soothing inflammation, and inviting deep sleep as your body begins its overnight repair cycle. Altogether, these take about 12 to 15 minutes. That's all. No gym memberships, no equipment, no pain. And yet, these few minutes can produce measurable changes that doctors can literally see on Mr. Is. Regenerated cartilage, reduced inflammation, smoother movement, and more energy in the morning. Why consistency beats intensity? If there's one lesson the Japanese elders have taught researchers, it's this. Longevity doesn't come from doing extreme things occasionally, it comes from doing small things every day. These 5 movements might seem easy, but when done nightly, they retrain your body on a cellular level. They remind your muscles, joints, and nervous system how to move fluidly again, and the science backs it up. A review published by the Japan Society of Geriatric Medicine found that elders who practiced these gentle bedtime movements lived, on average, 6.7 years longer, without significant disability compared to those who didn't. That's not just living longer, that's living better. Imagine waking up in your 80s or 90s, still able to squat down and pick up a grandchild, or bend to tie your shoes, or sit on the floor to share a meal, just like you did decades ago. That's not fantasy. It's biology responding to care and attention. At Health 365 Day, we've received hundreds of messages from viewers around the world who've tried these Japanese bedtime movements and felt real transformations. One viewer from Canada, age 74, said after just 10 days, her morning stiffness felt like it melted away. She described waking up with her body feeling quiet, no creaks, no pain, just calm energy. A retired teacher from Australia shared that after 3 weeks, she could finally reach her toes for the first time in 20 years. She wrote, "I used to dread mornings. Now I look forward to how good my body feels after those 12 minutes at night." And an 81-year-old man from the UK mentioned that his balance improved so much that he stopped needing his cane around the house. My doctor couldn't believe the change. He said, "These are everyday people, not athletes, not fitness enthusiasts, who simply decided to give their joints a bit of nightly care." Why it works while you sleep. What makes this method so brilliant is when it happens right before bed. See, when you sleep, your body enters a state of repair. Growth hormones rise, inflammation falls, and your joints absorb nutrients and fluid. By moving gently just before lying down, you're literally priming your joints for that overnight healing process. You're telling your body, it's safe to rebuild now. The result? Less morning stiffness, better flexibility, deeper, more restorative sleep. And if you do this for weeks and months, the difference compounds. Your joints stop feeling like rusted hinges and start feeling like smooth, oiled gears again. Your action plan: here's how to make this part of your nightly ritual. 1. Pick a time, ideally 30 minutes before bed. 2. Turn off distractions. Soft music or dim lighting helps signal your body that it's time to unwind. 3. Lay out your space. A folded blanket or yoga mat works perfectly. 4. Follow the sequence. Forward fold gives spinal twist, gives cat-cow, gives ankle-hip circles, gives legs up the wall. 5. Breathe. That's the secret ingredient. Deep, steady, rhythmic breathing. If you miss a night, don't stress. Just start again the next evening. The body forgives easily when you treat it kindly. And remember, there's no such thing as too late. Even if you're in your 70s, 80s, or 90s, your joints still have the ability to repair themselves, the same way those Japanese elders did. The bigger picture: this practice isn't just about flexibility or pain relief, it's about aging gracefully. It's about keeping your independence, your mobility, and your confidence. When you can move easily, you participate in life fully. You garden, you travel, you play with your grandkids, you dance at family weddings. You don't have to sit on the sidelines. And that's what Dr. Mark Turner often says on our channel. You don't need to fight aging, you just need to flow with it. Give your body the right rhythm, and it will take care of the rest. That rhythm is movement. Gentle, mindful, consistent movement. So here's our challenge to you. For the next 7 nights, do all 5 of these Japanese bedtime movements, just 12 minutes each night. Then come back to this video and comment below. How does your body feel? Do your knees ache less? Do your mornings feel smoother? Are you sleeping deeper? We read every comment, and Dr. Mark Turner personally responds to many of them. Here on Health 365 Day, your feedback inspires thousands of other seniors to begin their own healing journey. Aging isn't about losing your strength, it's about losing movement. And when you bring movement back, everything else follows. Energy, balance, vitality, joy. These 5 simple Japanese bedtime movements have stood the test of time, and now, modern science finally explains why. So tonight, before you climb into bed, give yourself these 12 minutes, not as a workout, not as a chore, but as a gift, because your body still remembers how to move. It just needs you to remind it. Thank you for watching, friends. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Health 365 Day for more science-based tips from Dr. Mark Turner on how to stay flexible, strong, and pain-free at any age. Until next time, move gently, rest deeply, and take care of yourself. Good night.